Hey YouTube, how you going today? In this video, I'm just going to talk about the new overhead sumps, like the parts, where to get, costs, etc. Sponge filters on the intake of my filters. Oh, probably not too much to say there, but yeah. I'll plan on swapping my gravel out for sand in some of the tanks at least, and I'll just do an update, general update, probably. Right, first it's the sumps. So I'll start with the old one. I'll replace the old one because it was a dodgy prototype. So yeah, now I've got this better version of it. So you got the sponge filter on there to stop bristlenose fry getting through, and just a tube rather than all that plumbing. Going straight in. I may rearrange some of the media. I've just got this set up with the media already had going. It's already cycled. I'll redo it properly when I can. But I mean, yeah, I've got one on this tank too. Yeah, the parts now. These containers I got at Big W for $2 each. They're listed as cereal containers or something like that. So yeah, you have got the little cap there. The way I'm doing it, it's sort of irrelevant. Those are clip-on lids, so they're fairly secure, but I can get them off when I need to. I used a hole saw to drill the holes in it, because I had to drill it to a little under 40mm, I think it was. Because it's 40mm PVC, but the actual threaded bits are a little different maybe. I'm not entirely sure, I haven't measured. So yeah, I had to use thread tape on that to stop it from leaking, which was a bigger problem on here. I drilled, or when I was cleaning the hole off with a knife, excuse me, I cleaned took a little too much off, so it was a little loose. So I had to put a lot of thread tape on there to stop it from leaking. And it's kind of embarrassing the way I noticed it leaked the first time. Rather than seeing a huge puddle of water up here, there's like a little hole just there. And I was looking under here and I noticed the water dripping. So yeah, kind of embarrassing that that's the way I spotted it, rather than a big puddle. Yeah, anyway, back to some of the costs in that. PVC, don't remember exactly what I paid, but it was like a few dollars for a metre of the 40mm, plus you know, all the threaded bits like that. I got two of them. I think it was $3 something maybe. This was at Bunnings. Then there's the bends. Some of this I already have because I repurposed it from the bristlenose caves I made ages ago. That was my first video on YouTube actually, for this channel. So yeah, I just made that so it goes around, comes in there, aerates the water fairly well. So when I swap this to sand, well, I'll talk about that later. This lid's warping, I'll have to fix that. That tube, that came with this power head, which I got off eBay as a birthday present. So it was about $22. It doesn't have an Australian plug, it's got a US one I think it is, but it comes with an adapter. And unlike an adapter I had for another thing that wasn't an AU plug ages ago, a light, it's not a dodgy loose one that I have to use tape on it to hold it secure, like the foreign plug to the local plug adapter, sorry. It's also got a suction cap there, which I'm not using at the moment. I want to get longer tubes, so because it looks a little tacky at the moment. So I want to try and have it so either I'll just have the leave the power head where it is, have the tube go straight up, although the power head will be going further down. Yeah, lost my words. I'll strike my thoughts. Yeah. Yeah, or I will move it so the suction caps are on the back wall of the tank, and then have the tube go right up in front. But yeah, either way, the tube's essentially going to go straight up. I'll hook it somewhere back here, possibly on that, or I really need one over here, so I'll probably have to do something else for that. And then it'll go over here. So, with that, let me refocus. If it wants to do it, there we go. Excuse me, just had lunch. Yeah, that power head, it actually has 2 outlets. It comes with a little, I guess you call it a plug, to plug one if you want to, which I do. So that way it goes all into there, filters, goes back in. Yeah, I also got microfiber and a microfiber pad recently, so I've got that to polish the water now. So that's the way I've got it set up. It's my second stage of filtration. I've got the bio noodles first. I may change that, but for now it's fine the way it is. Yeah, now sponge filter. I want to swap out that little, you can't see it too well in the camera, the little cover for the inlet there, and I'll put a sponge filter in its place. I want to do that so that way, well, I've tested it on this one with that. It works really well as a mechanical filter. It stops all your debris from getting in. And the main reason I did it on here was actually because my bristlenose fry kept getting into the old sump I had on here, and it was just so annoying because they were a nuisance to catch out of there because the corners were curved, of course, so it made them harder to net. But now, yeah, none of them get through. I mean, when I first put it on, a couple got in, but I think that's just because they were already in the plumbing. I'm not totally sure, but I'd say that's what happened. Yeah. Sponge filters. I'll probably just do it on this tank at first. Oh, sorry, I didn't finish with the sumps for the parts in that. Yeah, Big W for containers, PVC's Bunnings. The tubing on this one I got at Mitre 10. That's 8mm, and it's about, I think it's $2.79 per metre, and you buy it by the metre. You just cut it off to the length you want. But yeah, it has to be metres. You can't get less than a metre or 1.5 metre or anything like that. Yeah, now, anyway, back to the sand. So yeah, I'm gonna swap out all this gravel in this tank at least, depending how much sand I have, and put some filter sand in there instead from Clark Rubber. Now it's about $22 I think, and you get 20 kilos, so I'll have a thinner layer of substrate, that's for sure. Don't want it that thick or deep. The under gravel filter I'll probably have to take out because I don't know if it'll work with the sponge filter, and also it looks a little tacky. And I'm doing my gravel vacuuming now, so yeah. That being said, that's why I don't want to have that power head too low, but I probably would put it a little lower. Oh, the other is don't want too low is if this springs a leak while I'm away or something, I mean, the power head would end up getting damaged probably, but at least then it doesn't drain all the water out and the fish survive. So yeah, if there's enough sand, which there might be, I'll try and do that tank as well. It'll just be a bit of a nuisance working around the fry. Maybe, I don't know when I'm going to get to this, probably sometime in the next couple of weeks, maybe a little longer. So maybe by then they'll be big enough I can net them all easy enough, and I'll catch them all easy enough and put them into the breeding net I've got. I'll probably just do that and have it sit in there. And then I'll probably drain about half the water, pour the sand in after washing it, of course. And I was also thinking about, if there's enough left, maybe putting some of the filter sand into my overhead sumps, because it is filter sand. That's its purpose. I'll do a little more research first, but yeah, I'm toying with the idea of doing that for a little extra filtration, but it's probably unnecessary, maybe. Yeah, Bristol's Fry. That's this tank. They are doing pretty well. I've had a couple of the ones to get into the overhead sump die, but most of them that were getting in there were surviving, no problem. Here it is, a couple now. So yeah, they've grown a bit, but not too much yet. I want to avoid moving them around between tanks, because I think that might have been one of the problems I had with the last batch and why there's so few of them left. There's a little one under the Nubius Nano. Yeah, I just got that last week, sorry. Yeah, I've had it for about a week now. It was $12 a pet stock. They had to get it on back order, but yeah. So I've got it now. It's pretty good looking. I've just took it out of the pot this morning. Definitely going to hang on to that pot and see if I can repurpose it somewhere. Yeah, all the fish are doing pretty well. Been a couple of weeks since I tested it, but this tank, all my levels were fine. Like pH was 7.4 or something like that, which is fine. I mean, all of them were like that. Ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate were all 0 pretty well, or I think they were. That tank, I think it was about the same. This one I've still got a nitrate problem, but everything else is low. Well, the pH actually has gone up a little. It's now 7.8, which is acceptable, but not ideal. If I can get it closer to 7, that'd be best. But honestly, the nitrate's what I'm more worried about, because it's pretty much as high as it can get on the chart. So, yeah, my fish are doing pretty well considering that. Unless I'm somehow doing something wrong in the test, but I don't think so. Oh yeah, the injured silver shark. I believe I've shown that on YouTube, definitely Instagram. Here it is now. It's the other side that's got most of the damage, but it's actually healing up. It's got like a sort of dark skin type thing growing over the area where it lost scales. So I don't know how long it'll take for the scales to grow back, but I don't know how well it'll show on here. The top fin is starting to regrow. Yeah, I don't think it's showing up that well on here. Yeah. So it should be fine. Everything else is doing fine. I did have a couple of my bristlenose die off in this tank. I would imagine it's from the nitrate. So, yeah. I mean, those were decent sized ones. Or one of them was, and the other was a bit smaller. One that I actually bred, I think, a while ago. I might be wrong, but I think that gourami just seems like it's grown since I've got it. Apart from that, everything is doing fine. I'll be taking these filters out possibly today. There's no need for them in there now, and then I'll just put the media left over from them into there probably, maybe a bit into the other one. Actually no, I probably shouldn't do that because this one's got to deal with nitrate. I believe that will be all. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, go follow me there, because that's where the majority of my content goes, because I don't have enough for YouTube. Oh yeah, it's QLD_aquarist. So yeah, go follow me there on Instagram. Don't bother following me on Facebook. I don't post there, except the stuff from my Instagram and my profile, but yeah. And that will be all for today, so see you next time.